Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai, and welcome to Jagadambe Reads the Holy Books of India, Bhaktavijaya185. As you may remember, Johnny was very sad because she wasn't invited to the feast. And she stood outside nearby crying, and Krishna heard her and said, this food, it doesn't please me today. I do not understand the reason. The other replied, "O holder of the disc, Krishna, Johnny stands outside in great grief. Hearing her cries of suffering, thy mind is overcome. Just as when a calf cries out loudly, the mother cow does not enjoy her food. Or as when an infant is crying in the cradle, the mother does not enjoy her food. Or as when a bird is collecting grain in the jungle, she remembers her little ones in the nest. Or as when a doe does not see her young, even for a moment, she does not enjoy her food. Or just as when wealth is beyond the reach of one who loves it, daintily cooked food, even if it is not enjoyed by him. Therefore, because Johnny is not comforted, thou art not able to enjoy thy food." As God put away his hand from the food, all who were sitting there stopped eating also. When Rajabai saw this, she was very much astonished. The holder of the disc, Krishna, washed his hands and then sat quietly on his mat. Gonabai called Johnny and gave her the plate on which Krishna had left some food. Brahmadev and other gods, desiring the same favor, are never able to obtain it. That favor Johnny at once obtained because of her association with Nama. Krishna eats the leavings with Janabai. Johnny then quickly covered over the food that was so desired. She waited in her own hut, exclaiming, "O Lord of the world, hasten now to my help." Nama and Krishna were at that time lying upon one bed. The Bhakta was asleep. The Savior of the world then arose. The life of the world walked very softly and in a very humble voice said to Johnny, "I'm hungry, and therefore I have come to you. I was eating with Nama, but I had not invited you there. For that reason, removing my hand, I left the food." Johnny replied to the holder of the Sharanga bow, Krishna, "O ocean of mercy, husband of Rukmini, I have nothing to give thee in my hut except pure faith. Gonabai brought me what thou didst leave on thy plate and gave it to me. About giving it to thee, O Krishna, I feel a hesitation in my heart." The husband of Rukmini replied to her, "Bring and give it to me, just as it is. One should not hesitate about serving to another that which is his own. A while ago I stopped eating, but I was hungry for it. Now bring me that same food and give it to me." Hearing these words spoken with love, you listeners will needlessly have a doubt. You will say, why did the Lord of the world remain hungry in order to eat later the food he had left on his plate? It was in order to enable Johnny to carry out fully her purpose, for she had no other food with her to give him. Hence, the life of the world asked her to let him eat that which he had left on his own plate. Then Nama's little maid seated Irshikeshi, and at once bringing the plate with the food which had been left upon it, placed it before him. Then the holder of the disc, Krishna, seating Johnny beside him, began to eat. When Mother Rukmini heard of this, she became perplexed in her mind. He who finds his delight on the ocean of milk, he whose banner is the eagle, he who dwells in the heaven Vaikunta, he, placing himself beside the maiden, is eating that which was left on his plate. Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you for coming. I hope you come again.